Yo, we are back. It is the Showdown, y'all. One of those show radio network brings you the Showdown where we are talking some football. You bet. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson, and in the house with me, I got Big Ed and Waze, as always. And I just want to say real quick before we no, I'll save it. It's something to do with what we just talked about. And I mentioned it once before that I had something to share with you guys. Of somebody from outside the circle has a message for you, and I'm going to save it still. I'm going to save it still because it's still got time.
Okay.
All right. There's still a more appropriate time to bring it up. So, Waze, talk to us.
All right. So first of all, you know what? Let me hit this injury report coming up for this week. There's only really 3 players we need to talk about that's significant, had an injury this past week. Deebo Samuel is good to go. Tweaked his ankle a bit, got that shot to the knee. No damage, no issue. It just really fucking sucked during the rest of that game.
Now, look, me and Ty was talking about that, right? He said, man, I don't know if Debo's going to be able to play. I said, no, they're going to give him a cortisone shot, and he's going to be all right. He's going to be in there.
Oh, yeah. And he good now. So
he's going to be in there like Aaron Rodgers.
Don't say that because he's gone.
Hold up. I saw y'all remind me of something I saw today that was very funny. Somebody said, "This is the second time Aaron Rodgers fooled us into thinking he had a shot." All right. Anyway, go
ahead. All right. So next up, still a 49er. Not good news, not bad news. Just something to keep an eye on. Trent Williams is considered uncertain right now. His X-rays came back negative, so that's a good sign. They're just not really sure if he'll be able to play this weekend. And then final one is in KC. Tyrann Mathieu. He's currently still on concussion protocol. He has until Friday.
Ooh. That might be hard for the Chiefs.
Let's put it like this. There's a hey, okay, sorry. I just thought about it because I thought about this play, Tyrann Mathieu. But and y'all saw in the group message. Good Lord. What's his face? Fucking juke. That replacement safety out of his soul. The way he went. He did a quick little double move. Homeboy said,
You know what though? When you watch it, so I saw a clip that had it close up, and they did it in fast motion, then in slow motion, then in fast again. It was the head whip that got him, because the head whip because not only did he do the move, but he did a head whip, and when he did the head whip, because I'm looking this way, you know I'm going. But he flipped back so fast because he went that motherfucker went down.
He went down hard. Oh, what was that wide receiver's name? Gabriel
Davis.
Yes. That motherfucker made history in the worst possible way against KC.
Man, 200 over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yo.
Do you realize no wide receiver in the history of the NFL did 4 touchdowns in the playoff game?
Yep. Yes. And this is by a guy no one knew about until that game.
I'm sitting here, I'm asking Little Pork Chop, I'm asking Ty, who the fuck is Gabriel Davis?
I had him on my fantasy team for a little while, but he was inconsistent. So I've been picking him up, dropping him, and picking him up and dropping him all year long. Because he was always out there. So when I had a wide receiver need, he was always there. So I would pick him up, and he'd have a good game here, a good game there, but for the most part, not. And I would drop him and pick him up, drop. So I know who he was. I've been paying attention to him, but I ain't see that shit coming.
Man, that was next level.
I didn't see that shit coming at all.
I'm looking for Diggs. I'm looking for Sanders. I'm looking for Beasley. I'm looking for Dawson Knox.
Well, Beasley played. Diggs was under the stadium somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell going on with Diggs on that game. He got shut down.
Games.
The best play he had was when he knocked out the fan.
He fucked that fan up so bad.
That and the 2-point.
Oh, yeah, the 2-point conversion. All right. Now, onto our coaching carousel. The obvious news we got to talk about. Sean Payton is stepping away from the Saints.
Yep.
He is not retiring. He says he is not retiring.
Yeah.
He is just stepping away from the Saints.
He's done. Big Ed mentioned it earlier, so I'll leave the floor to Big Ed first. If you want to speak on it.
Man, it was unexpected. There was rumors though that the Saints were willing to trade him away. I don't know how true those are.
I didn't hear that one.
I didn't even know it was possible to trade a fucking coach away.
Me either.
There was another team that had traded coaches not too long ago.
Never, that would never cross my mind. I'm not shocked. I guess surprised is an okay way to put it. A little bit. I'm not shocked. I kind of expected it. I was waiting for it. What was it without Drew Brees? Quite frankly,
Right.
What was it before Drew Brees? What has he been since? He got there, no Drew Brees. You got a quarterback carousel going on. You got Jameis Winston, he's trash. You got what's the boy Taysom Hill? He's mediocre. He's mediocre at best. He's just a good guy to stick in there every now and then when Drew Brees was, he's a gadget guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's not a starting quarterback. And then you got Ian Brooks that was a fucking disaster. So what am I here for?
Right.
All these guys are going to do is going to make me look bad. All these guys are going to do is make me look bad, tarnish my reputation, tarnish my legacy when I'm sitting on top of the world. Thanks to Drew Brees, and now you're going. I'm fuck that. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. I'm not surprised, and I don't blame him.
Well, I've heard that there's a bunch of new or TV stations and everything pulling for him to be able to be a commentator. What I feel is going to happen is the one rumor I actually think is more leaning towards the truth is he's going to end up in Dallas.
I 100% agree.
As defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator?
As head coach. As head coach.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about Sean Payton. He is an excellent coach as long as he has an excellent quarterback under him.
The Cowboys had all the talent in the world. They have a horrible head coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy, he's trash. He got a Super Bowl off Aaron Rodgers back when Aaron Rodgers still had fire and wasn't too arrogant to win. But he's trash as a coach. Yeah. Sean Payton would change everything. He would change life for them. And they know it, and he knows it. And I think it's going to happen because Jerry Jones is the kind of guy that will say, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, downside to that, I have a feeling that if Sean Payton goes to Cowboys, what's his face would not be starting. The running back. He has such a shit season, I can't remember his name right now.
Ezekiel Elliott?
Yes.
That's not a downside.
Mm.
It's downside for him, but not for the rest of the world.
Right.
He's not playing as well as Tony Pollard, quite frankly.
No. And that's why I think that the first thing that Sean Payton
Either-
would do is trade him away for a first round
He
pick.
would either not be starting or he would have to get back on his game. And you're right, he might get traded away.
but
And
not for a first round pick.
he would still be good trade bait. You would still get quality return.
Maybe a second or third, but
You would still get quality return.
Yeah.
You would still get quality return for Ezekiel Elliott. There's a lot of teams that would like to have a pissed off Ezekiel Elliott in their backfield.
Mhm.
There's a lot of teams that would like to have a pissed off Zeke. So yeah, I think and him and Dak are best friends, and that probably needs to end too. So y'all can be friends from a distance, but I don't need y'all friends to be best friends right now because Dak, he's holding you down. He's holding you back.
Mhm.
We need a good quality running back, and you can get a good replacement for Zeke with a second round pick.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm on board with that. I don't think that's a bad thing. I
Yeah.
think that's a good thing if Zeke is out.
But yeah, that's my prediction. He's gonna if he goes to Dallas, Zeke's gone. They need a draft pick for offensive line. Best option would be to trade Zeke away, trying to get higher in the draft.
I agree with that. I think that's good. And Chicago has a new GM.
Yes.
Ryan Poles, director of player personnel from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Once drafted by Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, he was scheduled for 2 more interviews, and Chicago didn't let him out of town.
No.
Yeah, he was. There was rumors that he was going to the Vikings.
No. We have our eye on someone else right now that we're pulling for right now.
Yeah, after Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles was the Vikings' first choice.
No, second.
All the reports say that Ryan Poles was the Vikings' first choice.
I don't know what reports you're reading, but either they're illiterate or they have dyslexia.
All the ones I'm reading, all the reports, and I'm listening to K-Fan, all the radio and news that are tied in with the Vikings, because I live in Minnesota, so I don't really get all the Bears news I want. So I'm getting all the Vikings news, and all the Vikings news says that Ryan Poles was their first choice.
All right, so here's the buster on that. First person we interviewed was Kwesi Adolfo Mensa. This is the same person we've been pulling for. He's coming from Cleveland, by the way. We've been working on him.
And we know how well Cleveland worked out.
We've been working on him since we started looking for a GM.
We all know how well Cleveland worked out.
It ain't his fault. It's definitely back office fault. Oh Lord, they don't know how to run a team. But no. Thing is, Kwesi's been our number 1 pick since the moment we interviewed him, and he was the very first person we've interviewed. And that was actually my piece of Vikings or news was that about that.
I would just like to say that I am proud that we talked about my team during the last segment when we were talking playoffs, and now we're talking about their teams as we're talking coaching carousel.
Speaking of which,
I just wanted to throw that in there.
Let's get back on the subject of coaching carousel. Right now, our best option, our number 1 option that we're looking at right now, that is the most likely option to come as head coach to Minnesota. I know you're going to hate to hear this, bro, but it's the truth. Jim Harbaugh. Chicago's out of the running. Almost every team in the NFL is out of the running on that one.
Except for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Actually, Harbaugh signed an extension.
Oh, that fucker.
I'm sorry, John Harbaugh at Baltimore.
God damn you. Don't do that to me, because I'm sitting here like, man, we get Jim, he gets rid of Cousins and brings Deshaun Watson. Oh, it's over.
But yeah, Las Vegas Raiders, from all reports here, of course, that's huge news here from everybody that's the talking heads here. Las Vegas Raiders is the top candidate for Jim Harbaugh to escape to.
Yep.
My personal thought on the Jim Harbaugh carousel of its own is that nobody's talking about it, but I think Jacksonville on the back burner might be a landing spot for him because he could get the first pick, get his boy Aiden Hutchinson, and he's already got a quarterback in place. And I think that's a potential spot for him. But everybody here is talking Las Vegas Raiders as the number one option that he might escape to.
Yep.
If he escapes.
Yeah.
Which I do believe I think he's gonna be.
The Bears have narrowed their candidates down to 3 choices. It's down to Jim Caldwell, Matt Eberflus, and damn, I forgot who the third one was.
Flores.
Don't really.
Flores out of Miami.
Yeah, Flores.
I'm actually thinking it's going to be Jim Caldwell.
Caldwell is the best fit.
I'm thinking it's going to be Matt Flores out of Miami. I think he's the best fit. I think he's the best fit for them because I heard he's a dickhead. He's tough on he builds a tough defense. He's a dickhead, and I think that fits Chicago. They're dickheads, and they.
Hold on, because.
No, because I think Caldwell is too soft for Chicago. I think he's an offensive head, but he's more. He doesn't feel like a Bears coach to me. I think Flores feels more like a Bears coach than
I have to agree.
I don't know. I think Caldwell fits the mold of one of the most loved Bears coaches we've had in a long time, and that's Lovie Smith.
I don't want that then. He doesn't need to be there. Because Lovie Smith, great coach. Don't get me wrong for the Bears, but he was not tough enough. The Bears, when they were at the epicenter of their greatness, had a tough coach who did not take shit, did not give shit, and was just out there saying, do your fucking job or you'll see her on this fucking bench. I don't care how much you're getting paid. The Bears need a tough coach again, especially with that soft-ass offensive line.
In my opinion, I agree with that. I agree with that assessment, but they'll go with Caldwell. Caldwell's not a bad coach. I don't want to put that out there. I just think he's not a. When I think Bears, I think they should be
defensive minded,
tough. Yes, deep, tough,
gritty,
defense,
tough,
and gritty and tough, man. And I think Flores fits that mold more than Caldwell. I think Caldwell puts them more finesse in a finesse mode, and not really take them down the tough road. And Caldwell, when he was a Lions coach, they won, but they won. They was
middle to the back of the pack.
They were just good enough to not get a good pick.
Yep.
But I will say this: I think he made Matt Stafford a better quarterback.
Yeah.
Before Jim Caldwell, if you look at Matt Stafford before Jim Caldwell, he was erratic. He was unpredictable. He threw the ball away a lot. He threw the ball in harm's way a lot. He did all of these sidearm throws. He did a lot. He was too all over the place. He was erratic.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Caldwell honed him in and made him a better quarterback. And I think he could do that for Justin Fields, but I think Justin Fields needs more of. I think even he needs more toughness than he needs a baby. I don't think he needs to be babied. I don't think he needs what Matt Stafford needed. Matt Stafford was a tough motherfucker that was erratic, and he was able to hone him in and smooth him, calm him down. I don't think Justin Fields needs to be calmed down. He's young enough where somebody that's tough-minded, that's going to toughen his skin up and make him a little more of a risk taker is probably what he needs more than he needs a Jim Caldwell.
Yes,
in my opinion.
I have to agree, though, because I think Flores would do that. And not to mention, Flores has that toughness, but he's not afraid to bring in a unique offense that will use the players to the best of their ability. My question is he capable of bringing in an offensive line coach that's really willing to bitch slap that offensive line into actually doing their job? Because right now, it's not like you have bad offensive linemen. You just have soft offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that works out, man.
Now,
Um,
Jim Caldwell side question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where he's from?
Beloit, Wisconsin.
Yep.
That
Graduated from
explains why
Beloit
he sucks.
Memorial High School.
Now, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that was Carmen's daddy.
I don't know.
That's what I heard.
I know who you're talking about.
That's what I heard when I was down there. That was Carmen's.
I don't believe that's Carmen's dad. I believe they're related though.
Yeah, they're definitely related. But I heard it was. I heard that was her father. But yeah, I know they at minimum they are related, definitely. But yeah, that's what I heard back when I was there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that was when he took over in Indianapolis.
Yep.
Hmm.
And I was told that was her dad. That said, man, it's anything else that I don't think there's anything else that we
There's
care
really
about.
not much other news than that.
No.
Let's right now because you know, some of the hot names, a lot of the hot names are still in the playoffs. So a lot of teams are not making moves because they can't. So we're gonna take a short break and then we're gonna get to our final segment. You're listening to or watching, however you're checking us out, to the Showdown on What Up Do Show Radio Network. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson with Big Ed and Waves. Here we go. Hey.
Go ahead, let it go. I see you want to do it.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Yo, we are back, man. We are back. Man, that beat is fire for me, man. Ooh.
Well, that's some opera in the hood shit.
Yeah. It's the Showdown. The Big Ed and Wade. And OG Tim Wilson. They give me save. All right. I ain't gonna do it.
I know you wanted to.
Yeah. I did. But I ain't got my gummies in me. Gummies got creative juices inside.
Right. They sure as hell do.
So last week, the Titans fell to the Bengals. Big Ed had the Bengals. The 49ers knocked off the Packers, and Big Ed had the Packers. The Rams knocked off the Bucks, and Joe had the Rams, I'm sorry. And the Bills lost to Kansas City, and we all went with the Bills, even though at the last minute I said, when y'all went to Bills, I said, you know what? That makes me want to go with Kansas City. But I didn't change my pick like with my better mind. And unfortunately, I fell with the two of you. And I went 1-3. Joe went 2-2. And Big Ed went 1-3. So far in these playoffs, I'm 6-4. Joe is 4-6. And Big Ed is 3-7. And that's where we stand on the picks. And this is a perfect time for me to say that my son Dejan has beef with Big Ed and Ways.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
What I do now?
You both picked against Kansas City in both playoff games, and he ain't happy about it.
You know what it is, what it is. I ain't
Well, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Ain't feeling you. I'm telling you, he mad about it. He is mad about it.
I'm going to go ahead and do it again.
wanted me to let y'all know, and he's mad about it. So I'm letting y'all know my son Dejan is mad about y'all picking against his Kansas City Chiefs. And just for the record, I lied and told him I did change my mind, even though I did. It was kind of a half lie. Because I did say I got to change my mind, but I didn't have the guts to completely change my mind. And I said, fuck it, I'll stay with the Bills. So I just told him, no, I changed my mind. I went with Kansas City. So, because I didn't want him pissed at me too. So,
right. So
that said, we got 2 games this week, y'all.
All right, Big Ed, which one is our first game?
Let me pull it up here.
I can just go ahead and tell you I'm going.
Right.
Well, I know what the games are. What's our Saturday game is what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. All right.
And see, that's the thing I got to pull up. What's the Saturday game? I know who the games are. I just
All
didn't
right.
know which day they're
All
playing.
right. I'm
He
going
over there on his AOL internet shit.
Look, here's the cool thing. I don't know if you noticed this. If my first pick is correct, we got a rematch either way. Of course, you know my first pick is 49ers.
Absolutely.
We ain't got to go through all that. We know who's in it. It's only 4. It's only 2 games.
Well,
okay. So I got 49ers, and either way it goes, it's a rematch. You realize that?
Yep.
If they play Cincinnati, it's a rematch of 81, and that was played here in the Pontiac Silverdome. And when Joe Montana against the Icky Shuffle.
And Boomer Tyson.
If in which 49ers won. If they play Kansas City, it's a rematch from 2 years ago. I'm going with the rematch from 2 years ago, 49ers, Kansas City.
Ooh.
I'm going with the rematch from 1981, 49ers, Bengals.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and get this out there. I'm going with Mr. Joe Burrow. With Joe Burrow and his cold ass. I'm going to go against the rain. I think this is going to be the first time that Matthew Stafford's gotten this far in the playoffs, obviously, because he's gotten this far in the playoffs. You got Debo, you got Jimmy G, you got Kittle, you got Ayuk. You got a lot of threats there.
Elijah Mitchell.
But I don't think that's enough to stop this defense. I am going with the Rams.
So he got Rams. That's, we all got a different pick. I got 49ers KC. Joe got Rams Bengals. Big Ed got 49ers Bengals. And that is our picks. And we will see you motherfuckers next week. And I want to thank y'all for joining us here on the Showdown. From your homeboy, OG Tim Wilson, Big Ed and Waves. What Up Doe Show Radio Network brings you the Showdown, and we want to thank you for joining us. See you next week. Same bat chime, same bat channel. Motherfucking know I'm going to put it on the mantle. No, you can't handle the truth. All right, I'm out. Peace out.